So today we are in the continuation of the weld defect, and we need today that we move together again for the new kind of defect reductions, and to to know about the characteristic and behavior of these kind of defects that are happen uh, in the shape of in the form of depression, that at the termination of the weld, where the weld pool is left unfilled, and it is created, or you can say that it is generated basically, in the sense where the the welding is stopped. So when we perform the welding, especially then SMAW, then it goes through with the number of passes. So if the electrode during that passes uh, end up, so there is a impression left behind, so that is known as a kind of a crater, and it is happened due to improper weld termination techniques, and it helps uh, to to minimize the losses when it overcome, or you can say the repair work has to be completed with this arc crater. So these crater cracks are basically caused whenever welding operation is interrupted, and there is a tendency for a crack to form in the crater. These basically cracks are usually in the shape of star, and progress only to the edge of the crater, and these basically are craters, and having a kind of a starting point for the longitudinal weld cracks, and particularly when cracks occur in the crater that form at the end of the weld, that the things we need to take care. And the crater cracks are found most frequently in material with high coefficient of thermal expansion, such as austenitic stainless steel. However, the occurrence of such crack can be minimized or prevented by filling crater to a slightly convex shape prior to the breaking the welding arc. So we can uh, say, so now the types of crack, these are longitudinal, transverse, crater, throat, toe, root, and breathable, heat affected zone, hot, cold, or delay. These are the cracks which are uh, found in the various welding operations during the welding after that. So these kind of problems occurs. So let us explain one by one that what is longitudinal crack, that is running in the direction with the weld axis, and it may be found in the weld or the base metal. The causes for this longitudinal cracks are the preheat or fast cooling problem, and also causing the by the shrinkage stresses in high constraints area. So how we can prevent this kind of a problem? So to overcome this problem, the weld area towards the areas of less constraint, also to preheat to even out the cooling rate, and if repairing is required, to remove and re-weld the particular area. The transverse crack So these crack are basically running into or inside the weld and uh, transfer to weld axis direction, and this causes with the weld metal, then hardness problem occurs, and the crater crack that we discussed, the throat crack. So this longitudinal crack located in the weld throat area. The causes of this, the arc, these transverse stresses, and these transverse stresses probably from the shrinkage, and indicates inadequate filler metal selecting or welding procedures may be due to that propagations. And what are the prevention for this? So we increasing the preheat may prevent it. Be sure not to leave a crater. Use a more ductile filler material. So these are the things that basically mentioned in the standard book, and that we need to perform the kind of a weld, and to try to avoid these kind of interruptions and problems when welding is happen. So repairing is it require the remove and re-weld using appropriate procedure, and that before proceeding for any kind of this operation, be correct when you are going to start. And then the further is the toe crack. So this toe crack is basically a crack in the base metal that beginning at the toe of the weld, right? So the root crack, and the root crack, a crack in the weld at the weld of the root, that the beginning pass of the particular weld, and causing the transverse shrinkage stresses same as throat crack, and that the prevention that we took in the that that prevention is to be made by this, that if this kind of problem occurs, we need to chip off or maintain the integrity of the weld. So you can see here which kind of a root cracks are basically, that is a crack which is just near the base metal and the weld metal, as you can see, and there is a huge crack, means there is a gap in between those materials occurs, and due to that the root crack is happen. So we need to basically concern when we perform the welding, and if root pass is to be happen, then the expert should be take care of this kind of operation. Otherwise lack of this particular penetration will lead to this kind of a crack. So underbed crack, that is crack is unmelted parent metal of HZ, and that is the hydrogen embrittlement, it happens, and yeah, that is the prevention is by uh, using the low helium electrode, and or preheat, and repairing only found using the NDT, that remove and revent. So you can see here there is a figure that is showing the sustainability of this particular crack, how to check. Then the hot crack. Then the cold crack. The cold crack, solidified, highly restrained weld discontinuities, and the prevention is preheat weld owned, and use a more ductile weld metal. So the repairing is to remove and reweld correct problem first, and the preheat may be necessary. So this is the kind of a cold crack that happens, um, and it is also known as the hydrogen crack as well. So the repair to crack is determine the problem, what kind of causes that this kind of a problem occurs, and then correct the problem that to find out, and then after we need to go through this. So this some of the thing that to be correct the problem, and this hydrogen crack is to be concerned for this particular. So this cold cracking or the hydrogen induced cracking or delayed cracking is perhaps the most seriously and at least understood of all weld cracking problem, particularly in the welding of higher strength kind of a steel. So we talked about this, that the causes of this particular problem, and in that scenario these hydrogen induced cracking occur factors that we need to find out during this particular correction of the problem. So how we can identify these are the factors that which leading to the cold crack, and it contain basically a kind of a presence of the hydrogen in the weld metal, and due to that some uneven heating and cooling is also leading to the high stresses, and then due to these conditions it also affect the susceptibility of the microstructure, just like martensite, and relatively basically low temperature between the 200 and 100 degrees centigrade. So the high stresses can be induced by the heat input and constraint during welding, and the martensite, especially a hard and a brittle high carbon martensite, is susceptible to hydrogen cracking. So when the formation of we can say that the structure of, yes, the martensite formation and the temperature g is relatively low into the high induced um, cracking, and as these tend to occur at a relatively low temperature, and hence it is called the name is called the cold cracking. So prior to crack initiation there is usually a time delay that or incubation time we can say, and crack propagation occur in a slow jerky mode with the further incubation time between step in the crack growth. So the crack can be both inter and transcrystalline in character, but mainly follows prior austenite grain boundaries. The other the initiation of basically cold cracking is particularly associated with the notches that such as the toe of the weld, or microstructure in homogeneities, which exhibit sudden changes in hardness, such as kind of slag inclusion, martensitic ferrite interfaces, or even grain boundaries as well. So, in common with the most of the other crack growth phenomena, cold cracking is the in the presence of high restrained kind of a weld geometry and the metrics of the hardening. Yes, so that we can uh, identify this main source hydrogen in the welding is a kind of a water vapor in the welding arc, but it extent depend upon the types of the process that employed to perform these kind of work. So these cold cracking, basically hydrogen in the atomic form, can taken place easily and penetrate steel, that causing the cracking. So basically what happen, how these cold crack is happen, the hydrogen that which is available in the atomic form, that can easily penetrate into the steels, that in relating to the cracking. So blistering and the loss of the ductility as well, because it contain the, it changes into the martensite. So the atomic hydrogen can diffuse through the steel lattice and recombine to form a molecular hydrogen in voids such as lamination or inclusion sites to form blister, right? So this, it can cause cracking in areas having a high hardness. The word hardness is very much to be considered, where that cracking is started where the high hardness is happen in the weldment, such as the portion available, and also the heat affected zone. So the localized hard spot is also in that consideration. So the hardness of steel, you can say that can lead to cracking. It is recommended that the hardness should be limited up to some kind of a Rockwell scale, that is Rockwell C scale on the 2022, to prelude some kind of a sulfide stress cracking, and often encounter in petrochemical plants. So the components that failed by the cold cracking, it sometimes it show a phenomena called fish eyes. So this cold cracking basically known as sometime also the fish eyes, and it is very much common in the welding defects, and these are the interpreted as a circular area of quasi cleavage factor, that centered on a large inclusion like MNS, or a cluster of small inclusions, silicate or aluminum oxide particles as well. So, apart from this water vapor, we can say that the hydrogen can come from a variety of sources like corrosion reaction, chemical processing reaction, purposeful addition to make kind of shielding gas or plasma gas, etc., or to form the third of SMAW coated electrode of the cellulosic type, and the kind of solution is to be bake out before welding commence. So, as the use of the preheat and the post welding heat treatment to reduce the hardness and the residual stresses of the weldment. So, there are some kind of significance rule that recognize that no steel is immune to HIC, like hydrogen induced crack. To think about these, the various factor which may promote cold cracking in the weldment, that include the hydrogen in the weld metal and the HAZ, and the joint restraint and high thermal severity, and that presence of impurity, susceptibility microstructure of HAZ, that is the martensite formation, and you can say that the high welding speed, low current density, and the last the weld of the insufficient cross sectional area. So these are the points that leading to the cold crack and in the so another kind of a base metal discontinuities, these are tearing and kind of a lamination and delaminations, laps and the seams. So these can be discussed over here. For now, I am holding this lecture, and later on we will discuss about this base metal discontinuities. Thank you.